Hey, Shawnee.
Hi.
How you doing today?
I'm feeling blessed.
You feeling blessed? You look good.
Thank you.
How's your day been today?
It's going real good today.
What happened today?
Just was able to have the house to myself.
Okay.
And did a little resting.
Okay. So that means many of the individuals in your home were out the house. Like,
Yes. And some meditation and praying.
wait a minute.
I was able to do that.
Meditation and praying.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this before.
Yeah, and it's working.
It's working. So, are you incorporating a meditative practice into your daily routine?
I might, say a little prayer of thanks, but I really, later on, I really get on my hands and knees and just really praise Him. Really.
How's that been for you?
It's good for it.
Wow. You look calmer.
Yeah, I prayed before I got here, so
Really?
I feel good right now. Yep.
Good. I'm so happy for you. So what's happened since the last time that we spoke?
What has happened? Let's see. I've been a little busy.
Okay. Tell me more about
I'm about to be finished with this internship that I'm doing.
that. Okay.
I'm trying to get back in the work field.
Okay.
So I do that once a week. I work with children, like babysitting while their parents are doing a parenting class.
Okay.
So me and my worker, we work together, me and her. So
As a colleague?
a colleague,
Okay.
and me and her work together. So yeah, we put things together during the week. So like tomorrow, we already know what we're gonna do, and we bounce stuff off each other. So it's been good.
So you've been bouncing ideas off each other in terms of activities that you do?
Yes.
Okay, so activities that you would do with the children.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
basically, while the parents are participating in the parenting class, what it sounds like,
Yes.
you're doing the child care with
Yes.
another person,
Yes.
another individual.
Yes.
Okay, and how long has this been happening?
We've been doing it for like 2 months now.
Okay.
And not this week, but next week is going to be the last week. And we're going to have a celebration.
And so it's a closing activity for the entire process.
Yes.
It's like a wrap up.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Happy.
Happy with what?
Because I'm ready to go on to my next project.
Okay. Do you have another project lined up?
Yes, I'm trying to get my foster care license.
Your foster care license. So a lot has happened since
Yes.
we last met. Okay, so tell me more about this.
The person came out. We finished we not finished, but we almost finished with the application.
Okay.
And he looked at the house, and he loved the house. And
Is this someone from community care licensing?
Yes.
Okay.
They came out and looked at the house and loved it
Okay.
and everything. So we in the process of me hopefully being a foster parent.
How do you feel about it?
Oh, I feel so happy. This is what I want. There's no doubts. No, oh, maybe this is what I really want to do.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
You are really beaming.
Yes.
So how does this fit into your overall goal, like your overall career life plan?
It fits into it perfectly because, I want this. I want to be that parent. I want to make a difference for the kids that I'm going to be getting, the babies and the toddlers. I want to go back into the trainings and meeting other, people like me. I love it. So it's gonna incorporate really good in my life.
I'm hearing a hunger,
I want it so bad.
a strong desire to make this happen for yourself. So what I'm hearing is about learning, right? Being able to be in a space where you can learn different techniques and different skills and what's happening in the field, be amongst other individuals who are foster parents as well too, and hopefully being able to learn from them and them from you as well.
Yes.
and just the opportunity to work with children.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Is there a specific age range that you get to work with or become a foster or do some fostering for?
Yes, you can pick what ages, what nationalities you want. I picked all the nationalities, and I'm on infant age 0 to 3 years old.
0 to 3.
Yes.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
Happy. I'm just, every time I go shopping with my daughter and my grandson, I'm over there looking and planning and beaming, and she's loving it. She's like, oh, you got your juices flowing again.
Okay.
Your ambition is there again.
Oh, wow.
So I've just been looking at the little clothes, the beds, things that I knew I would need for them.
Okay. So how much support are you going to get with that? Because one thing I'm hearing is that your daughter accompanied you,
Yes.
right, and your grandbaby went
Yes.
with you as well too. So you're making this a family,
Yes.
a family event. Not the best way to describe it, but it's a family. You're including your family in this process.
Yes, they're loving it. I told all my family members they're praying for me and they want me to do it. They know I'll be perfect at it. That's what they said. I'm a good person to work with children.
Something shifted since the last time that we met. What happened?
Just going out for me. I'm doing shining.
Okay.
I trying to get my hunger back to be able to just take care of me and go after what I want to do. How I want to do it.
I hear self-determination.
Yes.
What does that mean when you hear that word, self-determination?
That I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Nothing is going to stop me.
And what does that look like when nothing is going to stop
That you got to move out my way.
you? Okay. I'm scared of you. Right? So when you're saying no one is going to stop you, move out my way, what else am I getting from you? Like, what else is showing up for you? Because we talked about doubt the last time. When doubt shows up, how does Shawnee deal with the doubt when it starts to present itself?
I question myself a lot. But this time, it's just, I don't care. I'm going for this. This is what I know I want to do. I'm sticking to it, and I'm going to do my best to get it.
I feel fire. Look at that smile. I feel fire from you. I love it. And I really am just so proud of you, because one of the things we talked about is making sure that you can get what you want out of this process, doing for you. Because as we discussed before, a lot of your time has been spent caregiving, right?
Yes.
And caregiving for your son,
Yes.
who has a severe mental illness. You know, how is he doing?
He's up and down, but he's doing okay.
He's doing okay.
Yeah.
What's in place right now that is making it feasible for you to explore this opportunity around being a foster parent?
That I'm trying to, for my son, get things together for him,
Okay.
and to the best of my knowledge and my ability for him. And if it don't work, it don't work. I'm trying to just do me. Just really do me. I have to.
You have to do you. What is your son understanding about this process? Like mom doing her, taking care of her, herself actually.
I have no idea. He don't say much to me. He's just watching.
You just watch.
Yes.
What do you have hope for your son?
That he sees that, okay, mom is trying to get her life together. She's not sitting around. She's getting up, more and doing what she needs to do for herself. So let me do it. Let me get up and find what I like to do and want to do.
Again, what will happen, or what plans have you made in case he has an episode?
Well, I'm still trying to figure that part out.
Because the one thing I wanted to explore with you is talk about a concept around there's a family issue, it's a family crisis issue, because at times he can be in crisis. And when we're thinking about the workplace, whatever's happening at home is impacting you being able to work where that you like to work, right? So being able to explore this concept in a way is like, what is it that you feel that you would need in order for you to function as a foster parent?
I would just really need my son to be where he can, during the daytime, constantly be busy, because he's the type of person he can't stay still.
Okay.
And he needs to use that energy in a positive way and have positive friends and go learn how to get the positive friends by working or doing some trainings or doing some hiking or things like that, or running or whatever you can do with somebody else.
And what if that doesn't happen?
And the next step is he would probably have to be out of the home.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
Okay.
That's where you're at this point.
That's where I'm at this point. I'm 100% no doubts there now. I wasn't 100% there before, because it was always, okay, yeah, and then, oh no, and okay, that's my baby, he's the youngest one, and oh, give him chances, but I'm the type of person when I can give you a lot of chances and give you all of me, 100% of me, and you just kind of like throw it away a little bit, or throw it away a lot, I have to step back.
So you're hearing the frustration of what it was like to be the person who was stepping in for your son, standing in the gap for your son, addressing his behaviors, and it just was very frustrating for you. And now what I'm hearing is like, okay, I need to, Shawnee, I need to shift what that looks like.
Yes.
I have to be able to take care of Shawnee, because
Yes.
at the end of the day, who's going to be there for Shawnee?
Exactly.
That's what I'm hearing. That's excellent. That is really great.
Thank you.
So, oh my gosh, look at you, you're beaming.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm excited right now.
I'm really excited for you. And the reason why I really go back to bringing up your son, because part of it is, it's like, this is going to be present for you until something shifts, until something changes.
Yes.
And being able to identify resources. And you're trying to move into the realm of being a foster parent,
Yes.
right? And you don't want anything to jeopardize that,
Exactly.
right? So what have you told your son about you becoming a foster parent?
I explained to him that I really wanted to foster, children,
Okay.
give them love and caring, and this is what I did before, and I had to stop to go to, because I wanted to go to school and take a break, college, and take a break, but right now I need to get back into the working field, do what I want to do what I want to make, what makes me happy and function. He says he's okay with it, but I don't know.
Yeah. Because I think the other part too is like to probably still engage him in the conversation and keep having the conversation with him, not to the point that you're badgering him, but getting him to understand how important this is for you. And the other question I have is like, how much do you want him to be a part of this process?
Well, I told him that when I get licensed and he has his self, going out with his mentor or having a job and doing things that he's doing during the daytime, since foster caring is a 24-hour thing, it's an on-call thing, that he can help by, doing little chores and keeping the yard clean and doing all that, and, I can give him some money. So he was like, okay with that, aspects of maybe being able to help.
So what I'm hearing you saying is like, he actually has someone that he works with
Yes, he
during the
does.
week, right? So that keeps him pretty occupied, I guess, during the day.
Yes, it does.
Okay. And then when he's not with this individual and he's at home with you, he can help out by participating in various chores
Yes.
around the home, and he can be compensated or provided with some money.
Yeah, stipend or something.
Okay. All right. So you're letting him earn.
Definitely earn.
Okay. What is that like for you now?
It's good because his mentor has been a very good part of our life.
Okay.
And my kids, they just, I spoil them. They just get. So now that they're grown-ups, they just feel that, okay, I still supposed to get. So now I'm learning to pull back and say no, and maybe not today, or, you gotta earn this. And before I can do that, mommy, working with my son's mentor, he's taught me and taught Paul too. Just say his name. I'm sorry.
But it's okay. It's fine.
Taught my son
Yeah.
how to, work for what he needs to, get paid for, really.
Teaching him responsibility.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And what I really want to acknowledge you for is the fact that you took ownership of what it is that you were doing that wasn't helpful for him.
Yes.
And it sounds like you just wanted to make sure that you interrupt that behavior and stop it from continuing.
Yes.
Because what was happening as a result of that?
He get angry, like, oh, you got it, you're lying. I need the money, and he's saying like, well, I don't have to do nothing. I need that money. Give me the money. So now I'm like, oh, I don't have it. Then I turn around and I find the money and I give him the money. I finally told him I didn't have the money, knowing I have the money, just didn't want to give it, and just didn't understand how to change that lifestyle. Like I said, until the mentor came along. If you say no, you don't have it, don't go in and then turn around and give him the money because you already told him no, you didn't have it. So it just was a process. So now it's he's earning things. It's just you earn it, you get the money.
There's a shift.
Yes, and it's working.
It's working.
It's just getting there. It's working.
Okay. So you're putting different pieces into place. You're trying to build a foundation where he's learning responsibility.
Yes.
And you're providing him with some level of containment. And when I say containment, it's like managing his behavior when he gets upset.
Yes.
When he can't get what he wants.
Yes.
Right? So there's that. He has also the resource of his mentor that he goes out with.
Yes.
You're asking him to potentially help you or assist you with the foster care work that you'll be engaged with. So that's all great. I love it. Do you foresee any challenges?
Challenges for me with the foster care kids, or challenges for me with my son?
Both.
My son.
And thank you for asking that.
My son, I think he will probably get a little jealous before he gets used to it.
Okay.
So, because he has only me, it's just me and him all the time.
Okay.
So, oh no, that's just what I see. Maybe him at first getting a little jealous, but then afterwards, being okay with it. As for me, could you ask this question again?
So, what I'm asking you is like, what type of challenges do you see? What challenges do you foresee? And you were so great about asking for clarification. What challenges do you foresee with your son? And what challenges do you foresee as being a foster parent?
I don't really see none because I have done it before. Okay. So I kind of know the do's and the don'ts.
All right.
Opposed to now I know it, opposed to when I first started it.
It was a little bit different.
It was a little bit different.
How old was your son then? Or was he born at the time?
Yes, he was born.
Okay.
He was, I think around want to say 7.
Okay.
Maybe 7, something like that. Or maybe 8, in between the 7, 8, or 9, something like that.
So he's between 7 and 9. And what was his understanding then?
It was okay, but then more kids start coming in and out, and you have to have the spaces, and at the time I didn't have all the space, so if they were sharing and things like that, or I had to, have him share with his, other brother, or he had to be shifted around, or come in there with me sometimes and have his own little bed mat or whatever. So he just started feeling like a little bit like he needed just his mommy. So incorporated into it.
So knowing that that was an issue then, do you feel that he would be in a different space today?
I think so, because now he's older, so he's able to, he's adult, so he's able to, he got his mentor, he got his support group people that supports him. I think I'm saying it right. That's
like a peer group.
A peer group that support him. So I think he would, do a little bit better now, opposed to when he was little.
Okay.
It was just going to school and then coming home to mommy, and then the weekend I tried to do as much as I could with him, and when they little like that, they get a little jealous.
And it happens because nobody wants to share their mom.
True.
Right.
And he was the baby.
And he was a baby. And so understanding where he was with birth order and how that shows up for him.
Yeah.
But also like for you, thinking about how it is for you as his caregiver, his only caregiver, like his primary caregiver.
Yes.
And the toll that it could take on you at times because of the fact that he has a severe mental illness.
Yes.
Even though he's pretty high functioning with his mental illness. But how do we ensure that you're able to get what you need to get out of your goals for yourself, what you want for your career, and still, if possible, be a caregiver to him, but not as involved as you have been before? Because that's what I feel like I hear you saying. I want to be able to have some more autonomy, and when I say autonomy, more independence in my life versus it being all about my son.
Yes, because it's been all about him, and I've taken it to 125, and that's the highest you can get with me.
Okay, 125.
125, because I'm giving my all.
All right.
And after that, I can't give no more. So hopefully, things will continue to shift. If not, like I said, it's just he's going to have to go, to a better place where, maybe get his own place or somewhere else.
So basically creating a plan.
Yes.
And how does that plan show up? So let me shift gears a little bit, because part of it is, it's like, we talk about caregiving. What is it like to be a caregiver? And the one thing is, like, I feel you on all those levels, and I know for me in my own life what that's like to caregive, because I'm taking care of my partner, my beloved, who and then we're taking care of our mother, my mother-in-law, and you can feel stretched after a period of time because I need to ensure that my family's okay, but I still have my work that I have to handle as well too. And at one point in time, I was working this job, and the job was just demanding so much for me, but I still have my responsibilities in the home front that I had to deal with. So being able to make that shift and having a conversation with my partner, having a conversation with my family, and they were just like, okay, we need to figure something out here because we don't like how you're showing up at home.
Yes.
Right? Because they care about me. And they need to have me present, and they want me to still have a full life because they know that I love what I do. And that shift had to take place. And of course, you saw me after the shift took place, right?
Yes.
What happened?
You look beautiful. Look at you.
Thank
You know, you look totally different.
Oh my gosh,
You
how bad was I looking?
No, not like that. It's just like you beaming. You know, you're
Got it.
happy, relaxed.
Got it.
You know, like you don't have a lot on your shoulders. Is what I mean.
Got it.
I just love your new look.
Thank you. Thank you. And the thing is like, how do you want something for yourself? And when you want more for yourself, other people can step into that. And what I mean by that is like you wanting more for yourself. Hopefully, your son will be able to step into that too. Granted, yes, I know he has a mental illness, but him being able to understand like, okay, mommy needs to take care of mommy, you know, and your family being able to support you around that as well too, and stepping up. Because when we talked the last time, I said, what kind of support do you have? You said a friend. And I was like, wait, what? Just one person? And is that feasible given what you want for yourself?
Well, my family has been there. They've been there from day one. They let them stay there, like, you know, for a couple of days or a week and all that. And my family tried to, you know, help with his, you know, mental illness. But when he has the episodes is what they can't, you know, handle, you know what I'm saying? So, but they want to, you know, work with him from a distance, but from like really coming over and spending weeks and days, and it doesn't work. So, but
he was there for longer periods of time.
You know, like, you know, yeah, a couple of days or a week or maybe 2 weeks, and then it just, you know, when his mental illness kick in, you know, so they got to see what I, you know, used to deal with or still deal with when it really comes in. And so, number one is just they're like I said, they're not prepared for that part of it. But they're there to support me and him with other things that he needs. Supporting him is just spending the night or staying for a long period of time. It doesn't work for them right now.
So you shifted how you involve your family around helping, taking care of him, or giving yourself a break and having, from what it sounds like, respite. Like making sure that you get some time and space to have a reprieve from him. Not that you don't care about him, you don't love him, but you just need a little space and a break, which is helpful. But how you're managing that time, instead of sending him off for weeks at a time, maybe it's just a weekend. You know, that's what I feel like that's what you're saying.
Well, now it's not even a weekend. It's like they'll take him out for a day. And then they'll just bring him back. Because overnight it just doesn't work anymore. 2 nights doesn't work. So they'll come out and take him to go eat or, you know, buy him something. You know, or even talk to him on the phone. Or do calming situations with him over the phone. Things like that now instead of like one that's in person.
So the other thing that I'm hearing is like giving family time with him in dosages. Like not, you know, a full-on vacation per se, but small dosages that he can work up to a place where it can possibly be overnight or maybe a weekend again, but not as like it was before. So what I'm hearing is like you're trying to really build that system or rebuild that system, that network that's going to help support you and him when you return to the workplace and being a foster parent, because you're going to need that. Look at you smiling again. You're really excited about this.
I really want this more than I want anything. I want it so bad.
Where did that come from, caregiving? Like you wanted to be a caregiver, and not that it's a bad thing, because one thing I hear caregiver as part of your narrative, really your story, where is that coming from?
My mother.
Your mother?
My mother.
Was your mother like a teacher, babysitter?
It's strange. No, she worked in the health field.
What did she do?
She, I don't know what you call them. I guess they, back then was called nurses assistants.
Did she work like in a hospital?
She started off working like, they call it does they call it now? They call it something different now, but she would go into different people's houses and sit for their parents, and they, she would caregive. But now they call it
A home health aide?
They call it that now,
Yeah, okay.
but back then it was called something else. But
Yeah.
that's how she started it, and
Okay.
she loved doing it.
Okay.
And then she would, be on call, and they would call her, and they loved her. So on call turned into permanent for her.
Okay.
So she would be working with them, coming home, taking care of us, taking care of my cousins, taking care of the neighbors,
Wow.
taking care of everybody. She was just always that caregiver, Even when she would just come home from work, she was still that mama that she just was there for us, So I learned it from her.
You learned it from her?
From my mom, Karen.
What was your grandmother like?
Oh, she was really wonderful. Like, my mom would bring us over, and she was old school strict.
Okay.
Everything she cooked had to be from scratch.
Okay.
We didn't do fast foods or nothing, so she was good.
Would you say that she was a caregiver as well too?
Yes, she was, because she took care of my her daughter had passed, so she took care of their kids.
So she took care of
My cousins.
your cousins.
Yeah, which
I was
is
trying to
her
do the
daughter.
genogram.
Yeah, her daughter. They were her daughter's kids.
Okay.
Yes.
And I mentioned the word genogram. And have you ever heard of that term before? So a genogram is when you take a look at your family history, like your family tree.
Mm-hmm.
So your specific genogram for your family would be you and then your children,
Okay.
right? And the fathers of your children, right? So then you would have that as part of your genogram because this is your family, right? It's a group of your larger family. So if you think about your mom and then your dad, right? And then it's you, your brother, and your sister, right? Your sister has children?
Yes, two.
Okay. And then your brother,
None.
no children.
No children.
So from what I understand, your mom had 3 children,
Yes.
and now she has 5 grandchildren. Is that right? Or 4?
I think more than 5.
More than
Maybe 5 or 6.
Maybe 5 or 6.
Yes.
Okay, so you have 4,
I have 4.
and then your sister has 2. So
Oh, so we're looking at that one.
yes.
I thought the ones from where my kids.
Yeah, no, not because
Okay.
you're a
Okay.
grandmother. So
Okay.
your mother is
Okay.
a great
I
grandmother.
get mixed up with that.
No, that's totally
Yes.
fine. What would help the next time we have a session is if we have a board and we can actually draw it all out.
Yes.
But getting a mental picture of like how it shows up for your family.
Mhm.
Because if we were to do an employment genogram, because genograms can talk about strengths and patterns of behavior. So if we start with your mom, you're saying like your mom was a caregiver,
Yes.
right? You're a caregiver.
Yes.
How would you define your daughters? What did they do in life?
It's strange because my youngest daughter, she went to city like me and
Okay.
kind of was following in my footsteps of trying to be. She always wanted to be a teacher.
Okay.
I would go in the room and she'd have all the stuffed animals sitting in a line, like she would teach it in
Okay.
papers, and they would go out for recess, lunch, everything.
So who was she modeling?
Me.
Okay.
So because I always caregived. And then my mom caregived. So she just knew she wanted to be a teacher and do all that. So she went to city college like me and took the courses. And then it just shifted after she had her baby. She just like, hey, I want to do that, but now I want to do something a little different. But yeah,
And then your grandmother
yeah,
was a caregiver as well too.
yes.
So if we think about like your family tree, right? Like from what I understand about the women, your grandmother a caregiver, your mom a caregiver, you're a caregiver, your daughter is the same way, and it shows up differently. Even though caregiving is an overarching theme, but it shows up differently. Like your daughter, I think she wanted to be a teacher. Is she a teacher now?
No, she shifted.
And what does that shift look like?
She does her second she wants to do that's do security. She's
Okay.
loving it.
Okay. So she's in security now, but she's taking care of something,
Yes.
right? You love working with children.
I love it.
So you did daycare. You were a child care provider, currently a child care provider for parents in class. You like to be a foster parent. You were a foster parent at one point as well too. Your mom was a home health aide. She took care of people. So even though the theme is there, the title's just different. And then your grandmother was a caregiver. Did she ever go into the workforce?
My mom said, actually, she's in the book or she's in some kind of place down at City Hall.
Oh,
she
really?
was I think it's called an advocate, fighting for,
An advocate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Advocate.
Okay.
Sorry about
That's
that.
okay. No, I was trying to,
Yeah.
like, she's down. Wait, your grandmother?
Yeah, my mom's mom, she was always fighting for a cause. She got a lot of bills passed.
Really?
She was, pretty powerful, my mom said.
So this is down at City Hall in San Francisco.
Down in City
Have
Hall
you
in
ever
San
taken
Francisco.
the children there?
No, because my mom had never taken us there, but she just
Okay.
told all of us and her brothers had told us that's what their mom did.
Look at your
She,
family history.
she was on the board and she was fighting for different rights that has gotten passed and still passed. That's what she was doing, and she was a caregiver. So
So what I was saying, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it was just like, I'm like, look at your family history. Did you just hear what you just said? How does that make you feel?
I made me feel good because my mom was a strong Black woman, and
I believe it.
she really is. She's a good mom
She's a good mom
and grandma.
and a grandma, and you're a good mom and a grandma.
I love being a grandma. I need more grandchildren.
You need more grandchildren.
Yes.
Okay. Do your daughters know this?
Yes, yes,
Right.
and my son.
And your son.
I have another son. I have two sons and two daughters.
And your other son he's older.
He has a son.
And he has a son as well too. So that's where I think I did the math wrong. I'm trying to find out the grandchildren.
My youngest one is the only one that don't have kids.
Okay. Does he want a family?
We don't talk about it.
He doesn't talk.
We do not talk about it.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. We don't talk about
He
it.
doesn't talk.
My oldest son want more kids. My daughter stays like, my oldest son, they said he's gonna give me some more babies.
Oh, wow. And you love that, huh?
I love
Right, just to have children around you, because you love to take care of them.
it. I do.
Right. Let me ask you this. What about your dad? What was your dad like? What did he do for a living?
He, a longshoreman. He was a longshoreman. He was away from the house a lot. Traveling different places and things like that.
Here in California?
He's from Louisiana, but he married my mom and stuff. He had family out here and stuff, but he traveled everywhere. I mean, he said it wasn't a place he never, docked at.
Okay. In the United States or around the world or both?
Both.
Okay. So he was just home away. I'm sorry, he was away from home quite a
A
bit.
lot, yes.
What do you think that was like for you, not to have your dad around?
I was a daddy's girl, so
Okay.
he was really attached to me. I'm the oldest. I have a sister, and then my brother, he's the baby. But and when my dad would travel, my brother was a baby and newborn basically. So when he did come home, he just showered me. All of us with love, but I guess I don't know. I was his little girl, so
You're the first one.
Yeah,
Right.
first grandchild.
The first child. And then your dad moved away from the home, or was, because I remember your dad passed about a year ago.
Yeah, about that. Not even really a year ago.
About
It's November. He passed last November.
last November. It felt that long about that. So it was pretty recent still.
Yeah.
Pretty recent still. And he was a longshoreman. What about your dad's dad? Do you know about what he did?
Oh yeah, I was close to him. All of us was. Even my mom. He ran a what do you call that? My mother wanted to do it. I think it's halfway house.
Okay.
Oh, he can cook. Oh, he can cook.
Really?
Not cook. Cook.
Because there's cook,
Mhm.
there's like, 'cause people can cook and then there's cooking.
Cooking.
There's
Okay,
cooking.
what?
Yeah, okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
he ran that for men,
Okay.
and I got to, all of us got to come down and see him be powerful and do with the guys and beat them and stuff. So yeah.
So it sounds like from what I'm hearing, as we move into a close, is that you're looking at your family history and as caregiving, people were stepping out and traveling. There's some entrepreneurship in some way, but what folks did was just take care of people.
Yes.
So it's in your family history. And I want us to take a look at that more when we have our next session
Okay.
about how that shows up for you.
Okay.
And then exploring other patterns of behavior within your family system and how we can address that. And not necessarily fix it, but really looking at the patterns and how that shows up.
Okay.
And where you can tell yourself, okay, I never noticed that before. And how does that impact my life now? But I really appreciate you sharing about your family history and especially about your grandmother being an advocate.
Yes, she was an advocate. So I know how to say it. Thank you.
No,
advocate.
I love it. And that she had bills passed. So there's something in there that drives you. There's a spiritual force that drives you to think about what it's like to stand in the gap for other people. So just keep that as part of your mantra too. When you meditate, say, look, I have a purpose because there's an ancestral purpose for me. Like there's an expression that says, I am my ancestors' wildest dreams.
I like that.
Right? Hold on to that.
Okay.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you
I
so much.
really appreciate you. You look good.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you.
Me too.